Hey friends, it's Tracy from HallOfFameMoms.com, and I have this video is not going to be homeschooling related. This video, this video is actually, the wind is blowing my stuff. This video is actually about some of the rocks I've dug up along with some Native American things, at least that I think. I have at least one confirmed and another item that is obvious, looks like an obvious net sinker. So let's see, a couple Native American artifacts and some other odds and ends, so that I don't have confirmed on. But anyways, I'm going to show you some other things that I found. Maybe some of you who are more knowledgeable about Native American artifacts and some of the things that aren't as impressive to people who are collecting. What I think is that when we're in Northeast Ohio, and I live in a city, so I'm thinking that when I'm in Stark County, when this area was getting developed, you know, the Indians, the Native Americans were here, and that all the really nice looking stuff was picked up. You know, our house is 100 years old, was built 100 years ago. So, and I did hear that somebody else said that in our neighborhood, at our greater neighborhood space, said something about one of their relatives said that they were finding arrowheads, or all kinds of arrowheads, way back when in the 1920s when their house was being built. So, what I think I might have found, what I'm finding is just the stuff that people didn't notice or that they didn't care about. And not that there's a lot at all, but I'm going to show you a few things because it's made me really interested, and I like to learn. And so I've been doing crazy amounts of research over the past year online, just learning things about Native American history and artifacts, and even I've been needing to get into the realm of just geology and rocks, which I was already interested in rocks before I found this, what I'm going to show you. So anyway, so just to show you that I do have some legit stuff here. This is a scraper, possibly a hide scraper. I took it to an archaeologist at the local Kent State branch, and he said he dates it late Archaic, which would be around 3000 BC. I mean, it could be even a little later than that, but maybe not earlier than 3000 BC, something like that. Plum Run Flint from Alliance, Ohio is what he says. Now, I don't live in Alliance, but I'm not very far away from Alliance. So, so I found that digging in my flower bed, and then this winter, I was digging, when the weather was nice, I was digging in another spot where I found a whole lot of rocks. And I found this, and I already knew, I didn't catch it right away, I guess, but let me see. This is obviously a net weight sinker. Okay, I'll go up closer here. Because they notch, and they're not all the same, but if you do research, you'll see a lot of pictures online. They notch them on the ends, and then I think that's what gripped the rope or the net. So hopefully there's some lighting there. Okay, so this is about the only really cool looking. The only thing that I could maybe make out as being an artifact, other than, if you watch one of my other videos, I had some rocks that I think may have been used as pot boilers or some kind of cooking stones. Well, let me put some of this away here. And so I'm going to show some other stuff here. So now, before I found that scraper, what really got me going here is that we had to have some line work done, and it tore up our yard. And so when they filled it, this is before This is before I realized that I might have some artifacts on our land, or I had a legitimate reason to think that. So, anyways, the ground was tore up, and they filled it back in, and I was finding this interesting rock, you know, up in the surface area. So, of course, I start digging around, and I'm finding more stuff. So, what I want to show is that I found a whole lot of what I've been told is called quartzite. Now, I can't see, as far as I can tell from my research, quartzite's not, there's no quartzite quarries in Ohio that I know of. And I found a lot of this, but in my research I did come across that quartzite, see sandstone, quartzite, and one other kind of rock, I think, were typical, maybe typical cooking stones for Native Americans. And if I know my rocks, which I'm just a novice at all this, if I know my rocks well enough here, I've been told this is quartzite, and I think the other stuff I have is some large pieces of sandstone. I mean, it just looks like sandstone to me. That's what I would call it. But let me pull all these out here. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see this. So, just it seems strange to me that there would be all this quartzite on here, and because most of it is like a dirty red, and I've washed this, so, but because it's dirty red, almost like a burnt look, you know, I'm thinking that maybe this was cooking stone. So let me pull this down here. I hope that's showing up good. Okay, you know what? Let me lift up some pieces here, and I'll just hold them up. So here's this big piece. So I was wondering how could have these been broken? And I showed some of it to I think an archaeologist, the same archaeologist, and he didn't have an answer for me. So through my research, I'm thinking that maybe these were, I mean, could they have been broken by fire? Now this one, I'm pretty sure I broke this one on purpose. I'll show you where, but I did not do that. You know, those notches. But I think I broke that on purpose one day to see what what it looked like inside. So, but some of these have some weird breaks or some weird marks on it. See this? It's got that thing going on there, and then it has it there. It's actually like opposite sides here and there. So maybe in this video I'll just show the quartzite, and I'll show the stuff I think is chert. Maybe maybe a little bit of flint in a different video. So I'm hoping that anybody out there who understands archaeology, who studies this sort of stuff, you know, rocks and all that, can help me out with this. I'd like to know if this looks like, if this would be typical for rocks that would have been used in a fire, or pot boilers for Native Americans in Ohio. Here's a piece that has almost all the cortex knocked off of it. You can see it's almost all the inner crystally looking piece. There's one. This has got a really sharp edge right here. Now, not far from where I live, there was a story that the person who owned this land back in the 1800s allowed an Indian to live in a wigwam, like down, I don't know, by the spring or something. And that's not, if it's where I think it is, it's not very far from here. So we're not, we're probably, I don't know, maybe a 15-20 minute walk to water in two different directions, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I checked on the map, so let me show you that again. I found all of this in different places. I found all of that in different. You can pause the video if you need to stare at that a little bit longer. But I found all of that in different places around the yard. But some of it was in a group together or on our property. So I think that's all I'm going to do on that one, this video, and I'll do the next one where I'm showing you the chart. Okay, thanks for watching.